now, let us proceed to the basic software components you should think about. And note, when we evaluate an educational software for young children with learning disabilities, several components must be taken into consideration, such as the first one is the intended use of the software and whether the software is appropriate to meet your child's learning needs. The second one is the content of the software and whether or not the software is directly supplements what your child is learning in school. And the third one is the instructional presentation of the software and whether or not the software meets the learning characteristics of your child. For example, reading level, multiple forms of engagement, and multiple representations. And the fourth one is it is ease of use by your child. For example, can your child read the information? Or does your child get lost in the software? And the next one is documentation and support should be provided. And lastly, the technical adequacy of software. For example, can your child easily figure out basic software functions such as starting up and closing down the program? And that is the basic software components that we should think about. And now, let us proceed to the factors to consider in evaluating educational softwares. The first one is the reliability versus accessibility. Just because a piece of software is reliable and easy to use does not necessarily indicate that it is of high educational value or that it meets the learning needs of a child with learning disabilities. The next one is the availability of programs. There are more of tens of thousands of educational titles available. With more than 1,000 programs available for a single subject area, it is nearly impossible for parents to sort through to see a particular piece of software has been evaluated. One of the factors also is the consistency and the reliability of information, because there can be problems with the rigor and consistency of the content. Commercial magazines are supported by advertising from the very companies that publish the software under review. And lastly, the viewer's review. Often a software review is an opinion article. It is one person's view of the software. Typically, a reviewer has never used the software with a targeted user group. For example, a teacher commented on a specific article kasi nagsuit yung learning standards para sa students niya without knowing na hindi siya capable sa ibang students.